What's up, sports fans, man? It's the WTP Sports Dudes here live with another What's Happening college football, where we will be previewing a lot of the NFL games and also talking about the coaching buyouts. Um, and we're going to discuss what we think should happen in the future with a lot of these guys receiving 50 and 60 million, on these buyouts. But what's up with you, Rob? I got Rob with me, with WTP for life with me. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good, FanDuel Zay. I'm glad you brought up that topic about these coaching buyouts, man. It's an interesting dynamic that's probably going to take place, or it might stay the same. We'll talk about it and see.
Yes, sir. But go ahead, pop the question, man. And about the coaching buyout.
Yeah, so I was listening to Mac Brown, and he was saying that he feels like um, college football universities are going to start probably paying coaches more and then having them have less of a buyout because what we're seeing now with NIL and the collective bargaining agreement being 20.8 million and you having to, give these players X amount of dollars, universities just might become more financially strapped if they have such high buyouts for these coaches. So he's saying that he believes that they're going to start paying coaches, 3 or 4 million more a year, as opposed to having these high buyouts. Um, I thought that was a very, very interesting take that he had, and I wanted us to discuss that a little bit. I kind of like what he was saying. I don't know necessarily if that's what's going to happen. But what's your take on it? And then I'll think about it a little bit more, and I'll give my take on it.
I see this the thing um that gives me cause for pause on that take. Um, if you think about it, 2 or 3 more million dollars, we talking we you got to put that up. Let's say a coach gets 6 years, a 6 year deal, somewhere between 6 and 8, usually, typically. Um, if you got a 50 million buyout, what's gonna stop these reps for these coaches to not negotiate that when that's half of what they will receive in that buyout? You know, I think um, it's a lot of coaches out there that will be hot commodities for a lot of good jobs that open, somewhere in between 10 and 15. And you always gonna have up and coming coaches, um, that's gonna be hot to where the best offer is always going to win. So it's always going to be a bidding war. So if one team is going to offer a buyout and another one isn't, you got to know that that coach is going to take the offer with the buyout just to protect himself and his family. Uh, I don't know. I can see the buyouts going down. I do see a way where the 2 or 3 more million a year could actually get that could actually get the buyouts to come down. If you're gonna offer a guy 9 million instead, and you're gonna pay him 14 million, you're gonna be like, all right, well, we were gonna offer you 9, but we're gonna give you 14. But the opposite end of that is, instead of giving you a 50 million buyout, we're gonna give you a 30 million buyout. I could see that happening, but I don't see buyouts going nowhere because these agents is they're going to negotiate that every time. It's not going to be one agent that's not going to take buyout language out of the contracts. It's like, I don't know. I just don't see who's going to be the one that starts off, and that's the industry too. Like, what one coach is going to start off with not putting no buyout language, because that's going to be actually who could set the trend of no buyouts, and I don't see no one trying to start that trend.
Man, you made several very very interesting points in what you just said right there. Um, Especially when you start talking about these coaches, agents, and they want to get the max for their or the best contract for their coach. And how many of those really, really good coaches out there are going to allow their agent to not have that buyout in there? And who's going to be the first one to step out there and do that? It will probably have to be some up and coming guys who say, "Hey, like Holyfield said to Mike Tyson, like Holyfield's camp said to Mike Tyson, winner take all. If we don't win, we don't want nothing." But who's going to actually do something like that in the coaching ranks? So that's a really, really good point. They probably need to take that option that you said. Listen, okay, yeah, we're gonna give you more a year, but the buyout got to come down quite a bit. Instead of 50 million, maybe you'll get 30. Because 20 million is a lot better. 20 million off is a lot better than 20 million on. So I think that's a really good point. I think that somebody's going to have to, one of these universities is going to have to find somebody who's willing to take on that task, man, of not having such high buyouts, uh, handcuffing some of these universities. Even though these universities got a lot of money, it's just going in a direction where now you got to bid on these players too, and maybe there's just not enough money to go around, and you miss out on a good coach because you're trying to field a good playing product on the field. It's going to be tough, man. But maybe those smaller schools might be able to get that off because
Yeah,
eventually those coaches who at those smaller schools, when they do good, they're trying to climb up the ranks and get to a better university. So it might work down there, but I don't see it working in the blue bloods or the best of the best power four schools. But you made some really good points and really kind of changed my thought on it because I thought Mac Brown made a really, really good point. But now that you're saying what you said, I could really see it going more in your direction, at least in the beginning anyway. Because everybody's not going to think like Mac Brown, like, hey, if I'm not performing at this university, then I need to be fired and I shouldn't be getting no money on the back end because I didn't do my job. I didn't keep my team relevant. Yeah.
nah, facts. Man, let's get into this action from last night, man. We had another crazy start to the college football weekend with number two Miami losing at home to Louisville 21-24. Man, tell me what. Let's get JoJo in here real quick. What's up, Level Up Sports 10, man? It's good to see you this Saturday morning, man. How you doing?
Feeling pretty good. Can't complain. Ain't nobody gonna listen to me. I la parlay po after my Cincinnati Bengals put a nice little beat down on the Pittsburgh Steelers
Yeah,
Thursday
you,
night
you,
football.
you're not going to take that Bengals hat off, are you?
I'm not gonna take the Bengals hat off. I even talked to KT and Mr. Bird, and he said I could wear my Who Dey shirt, but I'm gonna keep it professional and wear a uniform coat today. But I'm gonna definitely have a hat on when I come in the building for sure.
Hey,
Yeah.
before Moss, we get to this Louisville Miami game. Go ahead and ask him the question, Rob, to get his thoughts on the coaching buyouts.
I wonder if did you get to see that clip of Mac Brown saying what he thinks about the coaches probably are going to start getting contracts where they make more a year and have a lesser buyout. Do you think that formula would work? Like in the case of James Franklin, his buyout was 50 million. Mac Brown is saying maybe we're going to give these coaches $2 or $3 or $4 million more a year, but their buyout be a lot less than what we're seeing here lately. Do you think that formula is probably going to be something that takes place, or do you think agents will probably be like, "Nah, we're not going to have our coach, the guy I'm representing, not have a high buyout if you decide to let him go."
I mean, Mike Brown making a good point. I didn't see anything from it, but I don't know if it's from the interview I seen him have earlier, just a little bit ago, like a month or so ago, and it was a pretty good interview. And I think he did mention something about that when I left watching that interview. That's a great point. and I think that saves the university money. You know, you don't have to deal with trying to figure out if you're going to bring in another coach and pay that coach, you know, with having that buyout before you get rid of a coach. So, I mean, it's definitely something to look at. I want to say I agree with him in so many ways because the buyouts to me is outrageous, man. 70 million just a few years ago. I know the buyout for Norvell when they was talking about him was high, and then just 50 million. It's crazy. Um, so I mean, it's a toss up, but I'm kind of what Brown is saying is something to look at for sure.
Hey, you know what I forgot to add as well too. I seen another clip. It was concerning James Franklin. You know, he had the 56 million dollar buyout.
Yeah,
They think it's going to cost a total of over $100 million to buy out the whole coaching staff. You know, so
that's a lot of
they
money.
got to figure out that. That's what I was asked. I talked the post game about the same thing. I was like, do you think it's going to be language in these contracts to where they can get from under the buyout? Maybe the buyout stays, but maybe it's some language inserted into the contract of if you not performing to where you don't have to pay the full buyout.
Yeah, I totally
Yeah,
agree, man. I do. That's it's crazy.
yeah, I seen that as well, man. I was like, goodness gracious, man, that's ridiculous. It's almost like you want to say, listen, we're going to hire one of you guys to become the new head coach, but you got to keep everybody else on the staff. You got to keep all these dudes, man, because we can't afford to
We
pay
can't
this
afford.
buyout.
Yeah,
Because, I mean, think about it. Jim Knowles, this is his first year. They gave him the bag.
big
Yeah,
bag.
And it's like, now you got to let this guy go after one single year. So I
Wow.
wonder what Penn State is going to do, man. Are they going to keep one of those guys or the guy they bring in? Are they going to hamstring him and say, listen, you can't bring none of your guys. You got to work with what we got right here.
Yeah.
And who would want to
right.
do that, you know?
And this, I don't. I mean, real quick, I don't mean to no disrespect to Penn State. You know, I like what they have going, and maybe it's time for a change. But Franklin, it's like a ripple. Can't win the big game. Now you done put a lot of talk out there with these contracts and a buyout. You done brought people in, and you can't. It's a lot going on there. Like you said, that's wow,
That might
stunning.
be another thing that these universities do as well. They probably are going, uh, hey, when we hire you, listen, we can't afford to, have a buyout for all of these guys, man. Listen, I know when Steve Sarkisian was bringing in coaches, he was only giving dudes 1 year contracts, and those guys was willing to take them because for one, you come into Texas, and for two, you're probably getting more as a coordinator or as a position coach than anybody else was making, or close to it. And you was getting good market value for being at Texas, like you would be at Ohio State or some of those other prominent schools. I don't know if coaches are going to want that kind of uncertainty though now going forward, especially once they've proven themselves. Are they going to be willing to take a year-to-year contract with a school? They're going to be looking for 3 and 4 year contracts as opposed to, okay, you're going to evaluate me every year to see if you're going
Right.
to keep me back.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Nobody wants that. But if you're just an up and coming guy at a position coach, you'll probably accept that because you're just trying to still get in the door.
Yeah.
Um, but that's an interesting dynamic right there, man. That buyout thing.
Let's welcome post game to the show. How you doing, post game?
Doing well, doing well. How y'all fellas doing?
Chilling.
Solid, solid. Hey, we want you to tap into this coaching buyout question. I don't know if you seen the post in the group chat that Rob sent about Mac Brown talking about buyouts. Potentially, he think potentially they could go away. How do you feel about coaching buyouts going away and universities offering coaches a few more million per year to offset it?
Well, I think uh, the latter part of your statement, I favor um, sweetening the pot so that these buyouts don't be so huge. I never understood buyouts in the first place. Um, the contract you sign is what you should get. If you got, for instance, a 6 year, $30 million contract, for example, and you get fired, just pay the contract, keep it moving. I don't get the buyout things. James Franklin just got a huge buyout, and kudos to him. He got some big money to sit at home. I would love to be that person. But buyouts, I'm not I've never really understood the thing. Charlie Weiss, the former Notre Dame head coach, man, we paid him for like 8 9 years after he was fired. So I'm in favor of moving on, and them structuring, terminating the coach a different way.
Y'all got anything else to add?
No,
Oh,
no.
uh, it's going to get deeper, man. I think real quick, when we talk about a lot of stuff, I've been noticing a lot of stuff start to come to. It's good to hear this because, outside of them really discussing much of it, we really be hitting on a lot of stuff, and it's just going to be something to look out throughout the rest of the year, on coming years to come as well. So I think it's good that we tapping into this talk as well.
All right, let's get into some shakeup we seen last night in college football with number two Miami at home against Louisville, going down. I got the score wrong. Louisville 24, Miami 21. Uh, Let me know what y'all saying, man. What y'all think about this game last night?
Man, I really think that Louisville seen something on the tape and they came out there on fire, understanding that, listen, we can run outside zone on this Miami team and keep them off balance. And their quarterback managed that game well enough to be able to keep Miami from doing whatever they wanted to do defensively and really pressure the quarterback. But the thing that really excited me the most about that game was Louisville's defense played lights out, and they forced Miami to have to throw the football. They were stifling the run and said, listen, we know Carson back, as my man FanDuel says all the time, he will give you the football. And man, did he not get in the football yesterday? Every opportunity he had, he was like, oh, interception, interception, interception. And so I think Miami's coaching staff Louisville's coaching staff deserves the highest of kudos because they knew what they needed to do. And they went into Miami and did it. Kudos to that Louisville team winning that game 24-20.
I've if you can, if people go back to the streams we had in the summer, and we were previewing the ACC, one of the things I mentioned was this coaching staff knows how to coach. And what you saw on Freaky Friday was a coaching virtuoso. That was an excellent game plan by that Louisville Cardinal coaching staff. Uh, they were just prepared for Miami and all the talent they got. And kudos to FanDuel. He said it, like as Rob mentioned. Carson Beck will give you the ball. So tough loss for Miami. We'll see if they can bounce back. And Louisville is in the running in the ACC.
Uh, just watching the highlights from the game, everything y'all saying, y'all hitting right on point. Good morning, Papa Whitmore, as well. We see you in here. We appreciate you tuning in all the time and having your son as part of the gang and the crew, bringing that low post, mid post, and a high post. And I'm gonna give him some of that next time I come down to South Bend. But for me, watching the highlights, they definitely did exactly what you said. They gave Miami what Miami should have been giving to them, and I think they had Ali with them in their back pocket and they mind bringing that Louisville swagger for the knockout punch, and they did that in the way they ran the ball, like you said. So, for me, it was shocking. I thought Miami was going to get this one at home, but this goes to show, man, anyone can get beat any given night. They got to be ready to play, and this was a trap game for Miami, and I think Louisville ran with the cheese after the trap went off. So shout out to Louisville for getting a good win as well.
Man, listen, man. It's so much to unpack and after this game. Really, I could see Miami starting to drop a couple more games, man. They really ain't even left the state of Florida. And, to lose a game at home like that, and now you about to start hitting the road and going into some of these colder environments, man. It's gonna get sticky. I did not think Louisville was gonna win this game last night, but I did mention if Isaac Brown could do something, they could do something with Miami. And what we see, Isaac Brown got loose a little bit, and 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 even with that, Chris Bell looks like wide receiver 2 or 3. He's a first round receiver talent. That dude is a monster. Like his body is NFL physical.
Man,
He looked huge out there on the field, man. They couldn't do nothing with him. And I really thought the key was the play of Miller Moss because they was after him, but he extended plays and did just enough, to kind of keep them ahead of the chains and just ahead in the game. Period. And I just was like, this ain't the same dude I seen last year. He played he played his tail off, bro. So shout out to him. Shout out to post game for having Louisville in the preseason. They're right in the thick of the ACC conference right now, and I think it's gonna get real tricky for Miami, man. I really do. I like the fact too, though, the coaching staff for Louisville, they kind of identified where Bang was, and they kind of ran away from him. And I thought that was real key. You don't run at the strength. The other guy, he's solid on the other side, but he's not Bang. And I thought they just picked the weak link on that offensive line, and they was like, hey, we're gonna call a couple trick plays and see what they can do for us. And they called them at the right time. And games like that, you gotta have stuff drawn up and schemed up like that when you playing one of the top teams in the country to try to get out of there with a dub. And they coached a fabulous game. And it wasn't pretty at all. It wasn't perfect. But all you gotta do is win, and that's what they did.
man.
Yeah. Louisville definitely muddied up the ACC waters, man, because the last couple of streams we've been talking about the ACC and what we think the outlook was going to be coming towards the second half of the season, and this game right here really just muddied the waters, man. Really muddied the waters. So hopefully going forward we can get to see how this thing gonna shake out. Georgia Tech is looking a lot better right now. They got to get the win today, of course, against Duke. I think they play. Yeah.
Hey, 0 touchdowns and 4 interceptions is crazy work, though.
Crazy work. That's
Hey,
it.
we see the
There it
old
is,
Carson
Carson.
Beck. We see the old Carson Beck, man. I'm telling you.
Zay told me about his boy, not his boy, but you know what I mean. Zay.
That's your boy, man.
It's
That is
funny,
your boy.
it's funny, man, because you said that, and I was like, man, there go that game, and it's over with. So I agree with you, and I'm gonna watch Miami because I think you're right. They got to go on the road. I think it's gonna be tough for them to come back from that. Now Louisville and gave everybody the blueprint. Get back, get to the outside, and you push on that defense. And unlike we could do, Moss, man, that boy's good. We really seeing him, I think, up his draft stock. And I think this was a game where, it definitely helped that. So just a name that I didn't forget about. I know you spoke about him a lot as well post game. Zay, you talked about him too last year, as well as knowing what he could do this year. So just something to see the rest of the year with this ACC.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna get on out of here, man, and y'all enjoy the rest of the stream, man. I'll catch y'all later.
All
Yes, sir.
right, Pete.
All right.
Y'all got anything else to add on there?
No, you good,
All right.
post?
Let's talk about this NFL 9:30 game in London. You got the Rams versus the Jags. Let me know what y'all think about this game.
Did Jacksonville get that first win in London this year? They got.
Who did they play?
I think they got them a win in London. I think we was mentioned about London being Jacksonville's home away from home. This is a tough game for me because I think these is two teams that's really playing some great football. Um, man, my Seminole, I got a couple Seminoles on that Rams team as well that I really, really like. Man, I'm gonna take the Rams. It's tough because this Jacksonville team is scary, and London is like I think we said a home away from home. I'm gonna take the Rams in a close one, a touchdown or less. I'm gonna go Rams.
This matchup uh, scares me a little bit for the Rams. Uh, those London games get tricky, man. Um, and Jacksonville's normally successful in those games. Uh, no Puka Nakua. Sorry about the background, fellas, but no Puka Nakua. Uh, the Jaguars are playing a little better than I think a lot of people expected. Travis Etienne hasn't looked that well. I'm wondering if we could see Bayshaw Tootin uh coming into this game, kind of get more carries in that backfield. But I think the Rams find a way to get it done. So I'm gonna take them by a field goal late in this game.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with post game. I think I think the Jags is a bit of a hype session, honestly. I'm just, y'all know. If y'all watch the channel, I'm not a Trevor Lawrence fan. I'm just not. I'm gonna go with the quarterback I think is better. I really don't think it's gonna be any type of advantage to either team since this game is in London. It's just gonna be good on good. So I'm going with Matt Stafford. I know Nakua is out, but Stafford and his championship experience, I think they know they need this game more than the Jags. I think they figure out a way to get it done too. We're gonna need a big game from Kyron Williams today. Kyron Williams, where you at? Some of these guys is out. They sitting. You need to have a big game today. So I would think that they're gonna get him highly involved into this game, and maybe he can get some things shaken. So I'm going Rams. Y'all got anything else to add to that game?
I'm glad you mentioned that Kyron Williams. I think um, since he's really come back, which we noticed a couple players coming back at their prime position, running back, wide receiver, and things like that. Since he's come back, the Rams offense to hit another switch. So I think with Pakua being out, like you just said, Kyron Williams gets more involved, and he can catch the ball out of the backfield. And a la Louisville, they got Tutu Atwell, who's from Louisville. Get busy, young blood, on this Sunday for your boys that just got a big win in Miami. So I'm taking the Rams, like you said, and I think that give us all the Rams on this Sunday at the Jacksonville Jaguars, second home in London.
All right, next up on the docket, we got the Saints at the Bears. What y'all see in this game? Who y'all got?
Chicago, Chi-Town, they still partying after they got that big win last week against Washington. And they go keep the boat rolling. And one thing about this Chicago team is, for me, I've watched them the last couple of years. I know Caleb Williams didn't have the greatest year last year, but it's like they have a switch on, then they have a switch off. I wonder if they turned that switch on at the right time this year. That's my question. I'm going with the Bears in this one. I think they get back to it at home. Caleb Williams is finding himself. And in the NFL, we got to think, man, these guys is not pros for no reason. He's dealing with a lot that as a second year guy, you're dealing with veterans coming after you now. The game is changing, the speed. There's so many things. So shout out to the Chicago Bears, what they building, getting that new staff, that new coordinator, and we know what Johnson can do. He got them Bears rolling in the city that they talk about a lot. They get into it on that football field. Bears win. And I'm going to take them by 10 in this one.
I want to take the Saints in the upset, but I just can't do it. I think the Saints are a little bit better than a lot of people thought. That coaching staff are doing a great job because they got Spencer Rattler, leading them. Who expected Spencer Rattler to be able to do what he's doing, especially with them drafting Shuck in the first round of the NFL draft. Uh, so I'm gonna take the Bears. Romo Dunze is having his breakout year. I know he didn't have a big game his last game, but I think he's going to get busy this game. I like that Bears offense a lot. That defense is starting to play a little better, so I'll take the Bears at home.
Man, listen, Rock keeps saying it every week how weird the NFL is. We're going to see a weird game, and I think this is the game we're going to see.
You going to say?
Nope. Nobody think the Saints going to beat the Bears, man. I'm taking the Saints, bro. Just because I know how weird it get. You feel me? In
Yeah,
post game mention, Spencer Rattler, he ain't been playing bad, So I mean, these are two quarterbacks I really don't trust. I just see a weird game. I'm going Saints.
definitely. Jet Life, we see your picks in here. I'm getting your picks down with us. I got your picks down from the other day with Duke and Washington on this Saturday slate as well. We got you down for the Jags, talking no Pecua for the Rams, and we got you with the Bears. If you could, type your cash app in that chat for us as well, Jet Life. We appreciate you always staying tuned in and locked in with us, the guys, the homies, WTP Sports Dudes, FanDuel Zay, Post Game, the gang, City League TV, man. We really appreciate you and everyone else out there tuning in on this early Saturday morning.
Hey, Jet Life an old soul. He don't even know what Cash App is, man.
Oh, my bad, my bad, my bad. I know you. We definitely do. We appreciate you.
Look, you see what he said. I don't do Cash App.
We appreciate
Oh man. Hey, next game we got on the docket, we got the Eagles at the Vikings. Well, how y'all feel about this game? Who y'all got?
Talk to me post game. This is a tough one for me right now, man. Like, I've been thinking about this game all week.
Extremely tough game to call for me, fellas. The Eagles haven't been looking too good. I think there's a lot of turmoil in that locker room. Receivers wanting the ball, this and that, this and that. But I think the Eagles are going to bounce back. I think Jalen Hurts is going to have a monster game. I think they're going to run the ball. That defense for the Vikings, very good against the pass, but suspect against the run. So that's a recipe for the Eagles to bounce back this week. I think the Eagles are going to run the ball, control the line of scrimmage. I think they get their big defensive tackle back, and I got the Eagles in this game.
I like that breakdown. Man, I want the Eagles to get back too, man. I want the Eagles to get back. I want to see Saquon running the ball. A lot of people have been questioning what is he looking like? What is he going to do this season? Is it a fluke of what he did last year? But I got the Eagles in this one. I got it close. It's at Minnesota. I got the Eagles winning this one. I got them in my fantasy this week, so I need this defense to crank it up a notch as well. So I think this will be the week that they defense crank it up and they get that ball running on that ground. So I got the Eagles in a close one.
Yeah, man. The Eagles, they railing, man. I don't know if I see them getting back on track just yet post game. I think Carson Wentz is probably one of the better backup QBs in the NFL. Um, thought he played real well last week. So I'm going Vikings, man, at home. I like the Vikings. I like that defense. I like how they mix it up on defense and they blitz. They will blitz you to death, you know. And with the passing game not really clicking right now, I can see that affecting the Eagles. So I'm going Eagles in a close one.
Mhm.
I mean Vikings. I'm sorry, Vikings in a close one. Let's talk about post games. Colts. They're at the Chargers today. This is probably the best game on the slate this week, in my opinion. Who y'all got?
And we're gonna respectively let you go last post with your coach. But I'm picking your coach today. You nephew Allende. I think it's a couple people out there that's Colts fans I know. I got your coach winning today. I have your coach winning. Today will really let me know if these coaches is real and if Daniel Jones has found the home in Indy. And I'm not talking about the 500. I'm not talking about a NASCAR track. I'm talking about a football field. So I'm taking your coach in a close one because they are going on the road against some tough Chargers defense. But I got this Indy team. I don't think they can stop rolling. I think they up to something. I got them.
Yeah, man. This is a pick 'em game. You know, I think this game is both teams got a 50% chance of winning this game going into the game. With that being said, man, I'm gonna roll with the homie, man. I'm gonna say post game get him a dub today. You know, uh, I mean, Daniel Jones been playing fabulous. You know, I like him to keep his streak alive of keeping the turnovers down. Um, that receiving corps, along with Tyler Warren, I think he got multiple targets. I like the Colts, man. Yeah, I think they go on the road and get a dub.
Yeah, man, this is a hard game for me. It really scares me a little bit because my Indianapolis Colts, that secondary is a little banged up. I don't know if they'll get key players back when they face the Chargers. Uh, you brought up Tyler Warren. Hold on, y'all.
Yeah, till we get
My
him
bad.
back. Oh, go ahead.
My bad, fellas. I think Tyler Warren leads all tight ends in yardage. That dude is an absolute stud, and I've said it. I'll say it again. I'm happy the coach got him in the draft. That's who I wanted them to pick up. Jonathan Taylor is balling out of his mind. He's having a great season. That defense uh, again against the pass is suspect. You might see McConkey go crazy from that slot position. So scary game for me, but I think the Colts control the line of scrimmage, running the ball with John Taylor. I think you see Big Tyler Warren make a lot of plays. So I'm gonna take my Colts. I say 27-24.
All right, the next slate we got Sunday night football action. This is the 8 o'clock game. We got the Falcons at the Niners. Who y'all got? Hell of a running back matchup in this game as well.
Wow. McCaffrey versus Bijan. See him, man. Whoo! The way Bijan just ran the ball, man, you can't go wrong with picking Atlanta. But I don't know, man. I think this Atlanta team, and you know how that division has been last year. Zay, this is over there in your world with the division. It'd be tough. These games be crazy, be a grind. I think Atlanta still come in with momentum from last week and continue. I think they found something in Bijan. I'm gonna take the Falcons in this one. I know the Niners haven't showed me enough. I like what they doing. I like what Matt Jones have going at the quarterback, but I just haven't seen enough. And this Falcons team seem to be building as far as the season has been progressing. So I'm gonna go with the Falcons and the win and the close one.
I'm gonna take the Falcons also in the close one. Uh, y'all spoke on Bijan Robinson and rightfully so. That dude is just a mutant, probably pound for pound the best running back in the NFL. I know this 49ers team is a little banged up, but they do get Kittle back. I expect him to make some plays. They'll be without Pearsall, but I like this Atlanta team, man, and surprisingly, that defense is playing very well. But you see what they just did to Josh Allen. Uh, but one player that I think doesn't get enough discussion from anybody is Drizzy Drake London. He's revolutionizing that slot position. He's a power slot, just a big, huge target, 6'5", like 225 to 230. He's gonna be trouble for anybody. Any nickel back you put on him, he should dominate that matchup. So I'm gonna take Atlanta with that defense starting to come along in a tight one.
Yeah. So I put these questions together. I did miss a few big time games. We got some time, so we're gonna go into them. My Buccaneers are at the Lions tomorrow. Oh, you wanted to ask something else? I can't hear you.
My bad. I didn't know you was gonna go to that one. I was gonna say I'm glad he mentioned Drake London. We spoke about a lot of this in between in the text. I think he's gonna make the slot position a little more valuable. 6'5", like he said. I mean, a specimen. And I think some of these positions, like we see in Jonathan Taylor at the running back position, that position declined. But if we notice, the running backs is doing that thing this year, and it's not two backs. It's one back that's doing quite a bit. So I think they need to put that money up a little bit more there in the slot. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah. I ain't get to put all the games down on here, so we can get into some other games. If y'all got any other games y'all want to speak about too, after this Buccaneers Lions game, we could definitely get into that. But Buccaneers at Lions, what y'all got for me in this game?
Zay, I know the injuries y'all got are quite dramatic, but I seen the catch last week that just don't happen for no reason. How do y'all got Tez Johnson, Emeka Buka, and Tampa Bay, and they get the catch balls from Baker Mayfield? It's just like he just said, Emeka, go chill for a little bit. Get yourself ready for the playoffs. Tez, you come in and get yourself ready to acclimate yourself as we put you in this different way we're going to move you around in the lineup for the playoffs. So I think your Buccaneers, even with the injuries, are a threat. I got your Buccaneers winning. I think Tez Johnson comes out and has a Mecca Buka type performance catching the ball because that catch he made last week was a hell of a grab, and we all seen that. So I'm taking the Bucks for the win. I like Detroit, but I don't know. I'm not seeing the Detroit that I'm used to seeing. Just me. That's just my opinion. I like Tampa Bay in this game.
This game is going to be a banger, as we say. It's going to be a old Western shootout. I expect tons of points. I know the Buccaneers are going to be without a couple key players, but they should have Big Mike Evans back. And Big Mike Evans is a nightmare matchup for any corner. Uh, I, Baker Mayfield has been playing out of his mind. He's definitely an MVP candidate. And again, I expect a shootout, but I believe Detroit is at home, correct?
Yeah.
With Detroit being at home and all those weapons, Jameer Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Mr. Williams, the big tight end, I'm going to take Detroit in a shootout.
Yeah. We my Bucks is 5-1, man. We got a lot of health issues going on, man. I just don't know if we're gonna go into Detroit and get this dub today, with a fully loaded Detroit squad that just came off a loss. I think they're gonna want it more today. Honestly, I'm in tomorrow. I think they need to win more than us, so I think they'll find a way to get this dub. But uh, it's the NFL. Everybody loses. It's rare that teams just go through on that Peyton Manning run or that Tom Brady run. I think this is a game though that just it's just one of them games. We might drop it just because we've been playing so well, man. Uh, you're gonna stumble somewhere. So this looks like a game to where we could stumble. So
Real,
I'm gonna go with the Lions today. I'm just trying to be completely unbiased though.
real quick though, the reason you know Baker Mayfield, you know how he get when it comes to playing against certain teams, regardless of his record. If he's been performing not so good against them in these past few years, Baker Mayfield has showed up, regardless of what's on that field. Detroit better be careful because Baker Mayfield trying to erase the two touchdowns, I think three, four interceptions in his career against the Lions. Even though he's 2-1 with a winning record, I just think he's trying to erase that. All he can't play a great game and beat them is basically a field goal, or however the case some critics may say. He's out to prove a point. That's why I got your Buccaneers winning this game. I think he's just on a mission this year. Baker's a different man this year. Definitely done some growing up, and it's just great to see him doing what he's doing, man.
Yeah, y'all got any other NFL games y'all want to tap into?
Would it be wrong if I wanted to tap into the Thursday night game just to talk a little bit about Joe Flacco?
Nah, go ahead.
The reason I want to speak on this, and I was going to ask you in post game and the guys, is this the best receiver that Joe Flacco has had to throw the ball to in his career?
I don't know. He a dinosaur, man. He probably done came across some dudes.
And it's like I haven't even looked to see, but it's something to think about.
I'm gonna say easily, this is the best wide receiver. And Joe Flacco has had some decent wideouts. Hold on, Joe Flacco has had some decent wideouts. Don't get me wrong, but I think the world of Jamar Chase. T. Higgins too, but Jamar Chase is just him, man. That dude is an athletic freak. And not only is he an athletic freak, but man, he can run routes, he can catch, and he's just a dog. I definitely think this is the best receiver Flacco has ever had.
Man, I that was just something, and just seeing his performance. I know he's not Joe Burrow, but one thing, when people say, "Why am I so confident?" and Joe Flacco winning games, Joe Flacco doing things like he just did when we played Thursday night that I think me and you chose to win, but a lot of people didn't see happening. He's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's a veteran. He's been at an organization in Baltimore to where they produce different animals, different beasts. And I think Joe Flacco is out to prove something this season, just to let everybody know he still got it. That's all I got to say about that one.
Let's tap into this comment from Donnell. What's up, Donnell? How you doing?
How's
He
it going
said
over
they
there?
didn't blitz. He said they didn't blitz like they normally do, especially Pittsburgh. They allowed them dinosaurs to sit in the pocket. How you feel about that, Mark? Did they allow old Bucks Joe to just pick them apart?
So, if from what I seen, I just seen Flacco he was just in a moment, regardless if the blitz was there or not. And then you got to give credit where it's due. You know, the offensive line protected enough to give him that time, but he's releasing the ball and putting it in spots that's only catchable for the receivers. When you have weapons, you got to throw the ball. Jamar Chase probably had the most targets in one game in his career Thursday night to catch 16 balls for 161. If you came into the season saying we're gonna put $1 million bet out there that Joe Flacco throws to Jamar Chase this season, just saying. But it happened. Regardless if the pressure was there or not, Joe Flacco did his job. And I think if the pressure was there Thursday night in the jungle, it was still gonna go down.
Yeah, just let me say this. When Joe Flack, I still remember when Joe Flacco first came into the league. One of the things they talked about with Flacco coming from a small college is that he had a bazooka cannon for an arm.
Yeah.
And as he's gotten up there in age, although he can't move like he used to be able to, that arm is still arming.
He said that arm still arming like Arm and Hammer.
Hey, Moss, write down 52 minutes on your paper, man. I gotta make
That's
sure I clip that.
that arm still arming. That's a classic pose.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
I agree, man. I mean, I was watching the game and I was working, painting and watching the game at the same time. And I actually put a bet in, man. Metcalf couldn't get 51 yards. But anyways, I would have won the bet if he got one more yard. It's like you said, man, he has his arm be arming, but the fact that he's constantly trying to get his guys the ball. Um, Even through traffic, one of my guys, Ramsey, I was like, wow, Jamar Chase is really out here doing his thing, doing what he do. And when you could do it against a corner, and we all know what Ramsey is, we know who he is. I mean, you just say less. Just watch that man work every Sunday, and I appreciate that trade. If you watching from the fantasy league, sending me Jamar Chase for 38.1 fantasy points. Appreciate you.
Yeah, Jet Life, man. I had a better package, man. I had a better package for him. I just want to mention that. Y'all be praying for my downfall, man.
Hey, I lit them up this week, but so far, man. And I got in another one, and I got T. Higgins going crazy in that one.
Hey, people scared to trade with me though, because I be Dr. Jerry bussing things. You know what I'm
I thought
saying?
I thought you was about to give me a trade. I thought you was about to come up with another one. I thought it was you until I had seen it. I'm like, oh, he could. I said, yeah, let me get that. Let me get that. I need Jamar Chase for sure.
Zay, they scared to trade with you. You made a million trades already, dog.
I
Hey, he's
know,
trying to
man.
get GM of the year
Hey,
though, man. They be making. Hey, he be putting
hey,
some good.
post game. Don't worry. I've been scouting your team out, dog. It's one coming.
Yeah,
We got up right about around Thanksgiving time. You know what I mean? That's when the deadline is.
I think
Hey
I
man,
saw.
send the offer. We'll see what it is.
Yeah, definitely. Real quick, Zay. I know did we talk about that Minnesota Nebraska? Did we get the final score of that game? Because the last time I checked, Minnesota was up last night late in the third.
Uh, man, I cut the game off. It was 21-6, and Minnesota was about to score again.
Oh,
And midway through the fourth quarter. So I know Minnesota pulled that win out. But we can speak about that game. What's
just
your thoughts on it?
just seeing the one thing I noticed is the conference. I think this with the we talk about it a lot, but the conference the conference play, we're seeing a lot of unranked beat ranked in conference this year, and I think that's just seeing, knowing, studying teams being prepared maybe more than another. I don't know. That's starting to be something to think about, or someone looking towards the next week or the week after type of thing. So that's really it. But I know I picked Minnesota to win that game. I was the lone one in that one. And I know y'all we all picked Miami to win, but that was just something to think about when I had seen Minnesota beat them.
Yeah, I don't have too many thoughts on this game. Just shocking that uh, Minnesota was able to get the victory over Rayola and Nebraska. I was really tuned into that Miami and Louisville game, but good win for the Big Ten. A good win for Minnesota, man. Those Golden Gophers. I remember back in the day they used to have a nasty running game, man. So we'll see how that Big Ten shakes up.
The Jet Life, he said Nebraska and they coach leaving for Penn State. He bringing Rayola with him. Zay, I know Zay can definitely enlighten us because he's Big Ten, and this is some interesting talk right here.
But look. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Penn State make a move like that because Matt Rule is bad against ranked teams, just like James Franklin was. So that's right up their alley.
Oh, we gonna have to tap that one too. We gonna have to put a clip together of you post game because you on the road today, man.
Man, I think I think Matt Rule hurt his chances last night of getting that Penn State job. You know, you a top 25 team and you lost to an opponent you probably shouldn't have. Um, when we was picking this game, I was real indecisive. Really, I really wanted to lean. I really wanted to lean Minnesota, but I'm just a Big Ten homer, so I'm rooting for the Big Ten to get four squads in, and I felt like if Nebraska could win this game, that they had a good chance. Better talent, better resources at Penn State, we get that. Um, and he is a Penn State guy, but I don't think they want to go down the same rabbit hole. If a coach is not winning certain games, why would you go down the same rabbit hole? You know, and we could say Penn State got better resources, but it came out that Nebraska and Penn State has the same NIL budget. So, I mean, what's the difference right now, really? The name on the helmet, I guess, or the helmets and the jerseys. So, man, listen, Nebraska got completely owned at the line of scrimmage yesterday. Minnesota ran the ball all over them. They could not stop Minnesota from running the ball at all in that game. Uh, Dylan Rayola was running for his life the whole game. They didn't. Nebraska didn't look good last night at all. So I don't know. I don't know if Matt Rule is the right guy for that Penn State job. I've been mentioning that his name is out there, and I understand why his name is out there, but I don't know if he. I think it's better candidates out there.
Yeah, sure. What
Hey Zay,
what
let,
time y'all?
uh,
What time
let me
y'all
ask.
on today, Zay?
Hold on
You
real
said
quick, y'all. Hold on. Let me ask Zay this real quick.
Yeah.
Can you really see the Penn State reaching out to Urban Meyer and him coming back to college football and taking that job?
um, I could see them reaching out. I don't see Urban Meyer taking that job though. I think it's something that got Urban Meyer itching because we didn't. Um, he didn't want to leave college football in the first place. That stuff that went down with Zach Smith, with the woman beating the domestic violence situation. He felt like the university didn't have his back, so that's why he left. Uh, he didn't want to leave Ohio State though, so I know it's an itch in there where he want to get back into the coaching world because he went out bad. He went out real sad at the Jags. Um, so I think he wants to get back. I think the right job got to come along, and I do not think Penn State is the right job.
Like that. I like that thought.
But hey, I mean, let, let's talk about Shohei Otani for a second. Bro, this man is the greatest baseball player of all time already. I'm just gonna say it like that. My dude had 10 strikeouts last night, 3 home runs. You hear what I'm saying? 3 home runs. They won 4-0. You know, he pitched 6 innings. Like, what we talk about? This man is the GOAT already, bruh. What a
10
performer.
strikeouts and what?
He had 10 strikeouts and 6 innings, man, and 3 home runs, man. This dude is the GOAT. He's the GOAT already.
He done
I don't
done
even care. Hey, he don't even got it. He can keep on bringing the translator up in the press conference. I don't even care. Don't even learn English, bro. You earned it. You
Because
know.
somebody signed a contract bigger than his. His contract, when I was just looking, I think was like 10 years for 700 million.
I don't know, but I do. One thing I do know is the way he set up his contract is he's not gonna get paid until he like actually retire and move like back home or something. He only accepting a little
Just out
bit of
here
his
showing
money
off, man.
because he don't want he skipped out on them LA taxes. You know what I'm saying? So he's a smart man. He's a smart
Boy, you,
businessman as well. You know.
he said, "I'm gonna just go out here and show the people what I could do, and I'm gonna let that money just build up and be in the stash and just do it and do it in the bag." Hey, I really know that a lot of people talk about him. I haven't really watched the full game. I get some highlights. He's different. I can't wait. So if anyone is out there, man, I'm glad you mentioned Jazz. We could get some baseball talk. We definitely would welcome that as well because we know the season is going. It's the World Series that's going on. So we gonna see if we could get in the chat and bring up a little recap of a couple games throughout this playoff because it's gonna be something to see as far as in this World Series. And I think they just had game one yesterday, Zay.
Nah, that was the NLCS, man.
They
They
were they
swept them. Yeah, they
okay.
swept the Brewers.
So this, I think the world they should be in game one of the World Series, or is it another game in the AL on the AL side?
I'm not sure, man. I caught a little bit of that game, man. The famous, legendary, Chili Willie Cooks. My grandfather, my late great grandfather, man. That's his team. So I always tap into the Dodgers every once in a blue moon. You know what I mean?
Oh
Just
yes,
you know what I
sir.
mean. Just reminiscing. You feel me from back in the times where we drink a beer or so, and you know what I mean. We watch the Dodgers. You know, so I tapped in yesterday.
All right, well, we gonna tune in. Appreciate that.
Jet Life said it's one more ALCS.
I
Uh,
la pop with the Chili Willie. We gonna tune in and we gonna have a nice little recap because I know he might want to know, and we gonna send some love up there and get a little recap going for that man. If you don't mind us doing so, Zay, one time through next week during our little recap for the NFL. So, I mean, other than that, I mean, it's just been great, man. Just great seeing y'all as well, man.
yeah, you got anything else to add, Post?
No, not much. I haven't really been tapped into baseball since my Yankees is out, but I did see what you mentioned. Masterful performance, man. That was beautiful.
The GOAT. Hey, before we get out of here, man, we ain't speak about my Buckeyes all week, man. So I'm just gonna mention we at Wisconsin. This is a bit of a trap game for us, man. Uh, I don't think we should struggle because we have this mentality about us, but games like this can get tricky. Um, Looking forward to seeing what my Buckeyes can do at 3:30 though. Hopefully, man, they play us straight up, man. Everybody is playing bracketed coverage against us, so we not scoring the type of points we probably should be scoring out here. I mean, you got to just take what the defense give you. Uh, so I'm just looking forward to today's game as always. You know, we got a bye week after this week, so it's gonna be sad not seeing my Buckeyes next weekend. So we got to make this game stretch out for 2 weeks for me, man, and put on a performance. Uh, and I don't know. I just needed to mention my Buckeyes one time. We ain't talked about them all week.
No, I
Let
was
me ask you a
surprised.
question.
No, go ahead, Post. You good?
Right on, Moss. Let me ask you a question, Zay. I know you mentioned how teams are covering your Buckeyes when they're on offense. Do you expect Jeremiah Smith to have that freak of nature game? at some point this season. I'm talking like 12 for a buck 80 and 2 or 3 touchdowns. Or do you think the way defenses are playing y'all this season, it's not going to happen?
Man, post game, this is my honest assessment, man. I don't even think we've really been trying to get him as much involved as we can. I think we have been making it a personal vendetta to make Carnell Tate a first round draft pick to keep our streak alive. I really feel like that. And I don't really necessarily have a problem with it because it helps recruiting, you know. But Jeremiah Smith time will come, you know. It's gonna come. And I feel like him being the caliber player that he is, you just seeing how unselfish of a player he is, man. Because he could easily probably be chalking up some attitude with how things been going at times, you know, and for his caliber of a player. But one thing that Ryan Day doesn't do is beat the Heisman horn. He really doesn't care about personal awards. It's more of a program thing. Um, but we seen Ryan Day mention how Jeremiah Smith is the best player in the country and why he should be in the Heisman race. So I would think when you ask that question that yeah they're going to make it a personal vendetta to have give him a Heisman moment. You know, to where he go crazy for something like 10 catches, 200, 12 catches, 200, close to 200. So, yeah, I don't think it's this week though. I think it needs to be a bigger matchup. Maybe I know we seen what Penn State it looks like this year, but that's still a rivalry game to Ohio State. So I feel like it could be that week, and possibly Michigan because their defense can be had too. So I feel like it's definitely an opportunity for him to still have a Heisman moment. And just knowing Ryan Day, he's never going to push awards. But I heard him mention Jeremiah Smith and the Heisman in the same sentence. That's the first time I ever heard him say anything about any postseason awards.
Time out, FanDuel Zay. I'm hitting you with the T1 one time for the one time. We talking about Smitty from O Block 4. I'm gonna give him a buck 50 today. All you gotta do is throw that man 2 deep balls. If you start off at the 20, yeah, he gone. I'm gonna give Smitty from O Block 4 150 yards at Wisconsin today, 3:30 p.m. So I know Buckeye Nation gonna be tuned in. You don't get too many things like this from Moss B when I talk my talk about these Buckeyes, but respectively, they doing what they do. They on the mission. Zay, I don't even remember the last time y'all took a loss.
I
That's how
do.
cold. I know, but that's how cold y'all been doing what y'all do. Honestly, that's how cold y'all been doing what y'all do. I don't even think about that no more right now. I've thought about that game and I have my prediction for that game, and it's going to shock some people when I put my prediction out. But I'm guaranteeing 150 from Smitty from O Block. That makes the defense press in. And like you said about Tate, guess what? That opens more of that NFL look because he's going to be stringing across the middle in the following week after Smitty do what he do today. And Mr. Irvin, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm definitely I'm waiting on that, man. Anytime L reach out, I'm gonna definitely reach out to him once this show over. I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm gonna reach out to him, and then I'm gonna try to get nephew Samari, Mock Moon's son, on there as well. I'm trying to put a little WTP. Some of the guys that's been playing high school football. I'm trying to put them all together in a little high school football talk as well. So I appreciate that also. Thank you.
All
Anything
right,
else you guys say?
I ain't got nothing else.
I'm gonna just tell the people to make sure they stop by KT's Good Eats today, because your boy Moss B gonna be in the building. I'm gonna be cooking it up, Zay. I ain't got no sleep. I got my Red Bull in the bag. You see me with the coffee, so it's on and popping, man. I can't wait to get out there to cook it up with the family, man, and be a part of what they building and what they doing, man. And it's just all love to be able to show what I can do and the skills that I love to do, which is cook, man. And likewise, man, seeing y'all guys, man. We doing what we
20,
do.
2044 Lockborn, right?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Out there on the
Hey, I told you I
side,
need a two-piece whiting. Two,
two-piece
it's
fighting.
four. It's four sides, man. I need a two-piece whiting and a four-piece wing combo, and two different sides in each box, and I need it very special, like cognac.
We got the two-piece whiting. We got the three-piece whiting, the four-whole wings, as they said. We got some of them chicken egg rolls. We got some of them veggie egg rolls. KT slapping Mac, the dirty rice, some of them smoked turkey green beans with some of the veggie baked beans on the side, and the dessert is going to be cakes. Just come out, man.
Hey,
Definitely get a bite.
hey, I tried everything already on the menu that you just mentioned. Except for the wings and the fish.
Oh,
I'm sad though. The taco egg roll is not on there. That was my favorite.
ooh.
That taco egg roll was different.
Make sure you are we gonna be in the chat because I'm about to check and see if the taco egg roll gonna be on there. I'm gonna check and see.
You are,
I know
go
I'm
ahead.
looking at the menu, but I'm gonna check and make sure if you forgot to put that on there.
Hey man, y'all got me wanting to leave work and drive out there just to get some.
Come on,
That's
post. It's
how
only
good it
4.5.
sounds.
Hey
It
man,
sounds crazy.
hey, listen, post. I'm telling you, man.
Worth the
Then
drive.
the bang bang sauce they got for the egg roll, it's like this teriyaki like type sweet. It's sweet, but it's like the right sweet. You know what I mean? It's fire, man. And then the mac and cheese. Yeah, it was going crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been waiting for the beans. The beans. I ain't tried the beans. They ain't had the beans. And I seen the pasta salad online, man. I can't wait till the pasta salad come out too.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, let me ask y'all this in closing, man, because I know we gotta get up out of here. Layla Ali made a response to Clarissa Shields. I don't know if y'all seen that. Uh, Before that, I saw that response. I was 50-50. But after seeing Layla's response, and she brought receipts, man, I think Clarissa been hating.
I ain't see I ain't see what you referring to. I hope you put it in the group chat though, so we could kind of check it out. What give us a little backstory on what she sent or what she was saying.
Bro, she made a whole YouTube channel just a response. I'm gonna shoot it to y'all when I get off work. I'm gonna put it in the chat. But basically, she documented and kept receipts on everything that was said and how the hating started and all that. I'm gonna send it to y'all.
Oh,
Told y'all, man. I know what she's doing. Clarissa Shields. I know everybody like what she's doing. Respectfully, you know you have to. You're a fan of what people do when it comes to boxing. But I've always been Layla, and I take Layla today, next week, 3 weeks after. She's the champ.
she don't want to
Hey,
fight that girl, man.
even at this age, man, and I hope I'm gonna just say it, man. I would love to be trapped on the island with Layla.
I would, what we clipping at 114,
Oh man.
114, 15.
Hey, on that note, let's get out of here, y'all.
Let's go, man.
Hey,
Appreciate
thanks
y'all tuning in.
everybody. Yeah, go ahead, Moss.
You got it.
Thank you everybody for tuning in, man. I'm Fan Dozea. To my left, you got Level Up Sports 10, JoJo Mossberg. At the bottom, you got Post Game with the Post Game 86 show. Don't forget to tap into Parlay Post Show, and that's Blitzberg on YouTube, as well as T1, man. He streamed the Northland and the Linden game last night. If you into City League football, anything City League sports, period, man, go over there, like, comment, subscribe, and share, man. That was a banger last night at Northland at Linden, man. It was a banger.
Sure.
So just tap into all the channels, man. We appreciate everybody that's tuning in, man. Keep on tuning in and supporting, man. We appreciate it. We really do. We ain't nothing without y'all. You feel me? So y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know what we do, man. When we get out of here, we say peace.
Peace. Love.